going on, everybody? I am in South Carolina, getting ready to hit Columbia. Going home for my home time. I had recorded another video, what had happened with this company again, but it was like a rage video. I didn't post it or anything. It was a little too vulgar. So yeah, I got let's see if I can see. I had that load. I think the last one I uploaded was I was deadheading. I was in Denver. That's right. I was in Denver, Colorado. And I had a deadhead to Liberal, Kansas. Pick up a meat load and head it to some fucking town in PA. It was just outside of Philly. And that was gonna get me on the East Coast so I could go home. Well, I was in Ohio and I get a call from my DM and he says, man, you got 700 miles left, you're not gonna make it. I have to repower this load. The planner wants me to do it because it's a national beef load, blah, blah, blah. And I think it'd have been really close, but I mean, I was humping it. I was doing like 600 miles a day. I know for on my trip sheet, my start date was 320 and the end date was 322, and I did a little over 1,500 miles. So I was pushing it, but they took it away because national beef load is like one of their top priority loads, and they're never late on them if they, you know, if they can help it. So I was ordered to do the repower with this girl and her boyfriend. They were doing teams, so I had to meet them at the pilot and take their load, which their load was only like 100 miles from there, and they were going to run that load all day and night. Well, I get there, we drop and hook and all that shit, and I find out this load has been late twice already. She had shut herself down. They put themselves on winter shutdown because of the major snowstorm up north. I don't know if she was in a major snowstorm or not. I mean, that's what she said. So she said she was 2 feet of snow up to her fucking truck, and the load was late. But here's the thing. My DM said it was a drop and hook. So, I mean, yeah, the load's late. The company will have to pay a fee, but appointment time, drop and hook. So I was about hours that night, and he said, yeah, you can drop it off in the morning, which would have been Friday. And he said, because it's just a drop and hook, and then we'll get you something going home. I said, okay, that sounds good. So I get up Friday morning, I go to head out there. It's a 100-mile drive, so about 2 hours. And I pull up to the security gate, guard shack, and he's talking on the phone, you know, the warehouse people. And he opens the little door and he said, listen, man, they said you've already been late twice. They're not going to see you till Monday morning at 5. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? It's Friday morning. And they said, I don't know what to tell you, man. That's what they said. And I was like, well, fuck this. So I get on the phone, call my DM, right? Well, guess what? The one that fucking said it was a drop and hook, he lied, for one. And that's not the first time I've been lied to about a drop and hook to take a repower. So yeah, he wasn't there that day. He took a 3-day weekend, little fucker. So I got on the phone with his relief, which was Red, and trying to talk to him is, Jesus Christ. Trying to get him on the phone was ridiculous because every time I got on the phone, you know, called him up. This is Red, hold on a second, click. This is Red, hold on a second, click. He kept putting me on hold. And I've been on hold for like 10, 15 minutes. So finally I was like, fuck it, about an hour and a half trying to call his ass. I was already drove to the damn truck stop by then. It was about 40 miles away. I'm like, well, fuck if I gotta sit, you know, that damn long. I ended up sitting 68 hours. I'm gonna sit, you know, at a truck stop where I can have a shower and a hot meal, and I pay for internet there, so I've got internet already at any Flying J and Pilot. So yeah. But anyways, it ended up being a bitching match. I left a nasty message on the Qualcomm because I couldn't reach him. Every time I talked to him, he put me on hold. So he called me back up. He's like, listen, man, it doesn't work that way. Because he was responding to the message. The message was, I was told this was a drop and hook and been lied to once again. This is the fourth time somebody's told me it's a drop and hook, and every time it's been a delivery that's been missed for a repower that I got fucking sucked into. And I said, I need this load repowered so I can go home like I was promised. He pretty much told me no, it ain't gonna happen. So I fucking ended up sitting there. I believe it was 64, 65 hours I sat there. And I was just like, holy shit. So I went ahead and delivered it Monday morning. And I got a load going out of Ohio Tuesday for Atlanta today, which is Thursday. And then Atlanta to Deadhead home, because you can only, and I just found this out, deadheading home for a home time is no more than 300 miles deadhead. So mine was like 220 something miles. So they went ahead and approved it. But so when I was done in Atlanta, you're supposed to call your DM to make sure they don't have anything in between Atlanta and your home, so you can pick up, you know, so they could basically, you wouldn't have to deadhead that far, you know what I mean, so you can make more money for them and of course yourself a little bit. But he was like, hey man, I got a question. I was like, yeah. He was like, what are those little over 2 days you sat still last week? And I got to thinking, I was like, what is he talking about? And then I was like, oh yeah, that's that load. You told me that it was a drop and hook, and I could do it Friday. And I went there Friday. They told me blah blah blah, and I went in the whole spiel. And he was like, he just got this sound in his voice, you know. And I was like, yeah, that's that load that I told him, I said, man, I sat there for like 60 some hours. Oh, okay. I said, yeah, you gonna kick me some extra pay for that shit? Oh, I'll see what I could do. Oh yeah, okay. I don't really give a fuck, man. I'm done. I am done with this company. Whether they give me extra money or not. I'm going home. I'm gonna unload my truck. I've already got another job lined up. I'm taking my home time. As soon as my home time's done, I'm calling them up, telling them I need a load to Dallas so I can drop this truck off. Then I'm taking a Greyhound bus to Alabama. Start my new job, flatbed. Home every fucking weekend. Holy shit, man. Can you fucking believe it? Every weekend. I get paid percentage. I'm out of mileage. I get paid percentage of what the load's worth. And I'm only regional. So I go up as far as north as Maryland, all the way down to Florida, as far west as Alabama, and only up to Tennessee, but only the eastern part of Tennessee. Home every weekend. I was like, fuck yeah, I'll take it. And back in flatbed, so hell yeah, man, rock on. But yeah, I'm done with their shit. I've had enough. I can't take it anymore. They just treat you like shit. They don't care about your home time. They just don't care about you personally, period. I mean, I'll make it quick. Here's a prime example. I got my pay settlement on the Qualcomm, and then right after that it said there was an item on hold, which was a trailer washout for $31. And it said reason because no receipt. I was like, well, for one, I didn't use it. For two, I called my DM and explained what happened, and he said he would take care of it. So what happened is I requested a trailer washout so I could go to the next load with a clean trailer. Well, I ended up sitting in line forever. It was like an hour and nobody was moving, and I was just like, I gotta go. Before I miss my appointment time, I'll just sweep it out. So I called them up. He was like, yeah, don't worry about it. Well, they take it out of my check, man, and they say we're holding it because you didn't have a receipt. So I called up payroll, man, and I was like, and she was like, well, do you have a receipt? And I'm like, well, no, I don't have a receipt because I never cashed the check. And told her about how I called the DM and I never used it because of this. And well, if you don't got a receipt, and I said, well, how can you charge me for something that I didn't use? And she hung up on me. I mean, because she didn't want to fucking hear it, man. I was just like, you know what? Fuck you. Keep your $31 fucking dollars. So, shit like that, man, just happens all the time to me with this company for some reason. I don't know if it happens to everybody. As far as from what I can read on the comments, that people do leave comments that work at Stevens or have worked at Stevens before, I hear them pretty much the same thing. So I used them for what I needed to. I got back in the trucking industry to get it back under my belt, and then I wanted to go back in a flatbed, so it worked out. Take my home time. I'm gonna call them motherfuckers up and I'm gonna fucking tell them I'm done with your shit. Route me back to Dallas so I can drop this truck off and do it right, do the out inspection and everything. Make sure them motherfuckers don't charge me for shit. And then as soon as that is, I'm probably gonna get a motel for the night and then get a bus ticket, hopefully that next morning, out to Alabama and start my new job. Flatbed. Regional, home every weekend.